Welcome to the full moon workshop. This is a super full moon, and we have a lot happening in the sky that is very important. This is probably one of the most important full moons of 2024, I would say. So a super full moon is when it is closer to the Earth, which means we're feeling it more. It has more power. It might even look a little bit bigger. And the other thing is that we have some major planets like Saturn moving direct. We have Pluto just about to enter Aquarius, and we just passed the 1111 portal, which was bringing in a lot of new energies. So I'm going to talk about why this week is so important, how you can use this energy. I'm going to help you clean up your energy, and whatever. It'll be simple, to the point. This is around 25 minutes. If it looks longer, it's because at the end, I'm just sharing my own experience. So you can stay for that part or you can leave. I call that part the pivot party because we are always needing to pivot and to shift. And that is what these full moons help us do. Stand in our power and get ready to release the things that we don't need. So if this is your first workshop, welcome. If you are back again, I love you. I love to see our community growing, and please keep in mind, this is a community. So I'm happy if you guys interact with each other, support each other. So please, use the comments to just share whatever you're experiencing, and you can comment on other people's comments. And I want you guys to actually build a community here as well. Okay. So, let's just jump in. This is a really powerful full moon because it is right beside. So the full moon is conjunct, which means, so conjunct means together. So this full moon is conjunct Uranus. And Uranus is a planet that is connected to revolution and revelation. Uranus will help us really break free from a lot of things in our personal life. You will notice that old foundations and structures, systems, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I'm not listening to this system anymore. Now, when I talk about systems, I can literally mean government or structures of power, but we can also be focused on our routines, our habits, our belief systems. So there's a lot of energy right now asking us to review and look at our systems, how we move through life, what we do with our time and energy and money, how we make our money, how we spend our money, what companies are we buying into, because those companies have their own intentions. Those companies support certain things. So when we buy something, we're actually supporting whatever that company is supporting. So this is really about us recognizing that we have power. The people have power, more power than we think, and more power than government, etc., because we outnumber the government. It's really important that we understand how to use our energy. Now, where does that start? It needs to start in our personal lives. And when we think about Taurus, because this is a full moon in Taurus, and I have the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, so this is such a Taurus energy. I love it. It's perfect for this full moon. And beside it, I have the Strength card here. So we really need to start recognizing how much power is in our daily practice, because when you have a daily practice, maybe it's going to the gym, running, meditating, it should include, from my opinion, something for your mind, your body, and your soul. So if you have a daily practice that includes a little bit of each of those, mind, body, soul, then if you commit to that, because Taurus is about commitment, it's about loyalty, it's about following a routine, following a structure. Maybe up until now, you had one structure, you had one belief, you had one routine, and maybe that was really helpful for a while, but now you've matured, you've changed, you need something different for the next level. The universe wants you to shift something so that you can adjust your energy and expand, and then the universe can deliver new things that match your new vibration. So how do we do that? We commit to, and I know it's easier said than done. Like, do I wake up every morning and do my meditation and like move my body immediately and drink all my water? Like, no, I'm a human. You know, we all make mistakes, and sometimes we forget to do something, or we just give up for a week and then we go back to it and we start again. Like, whatever, just find your flow. But the more you can commit, the more stable you can become, the more committed, loyal, and grounded you can become, the more your energy it'll stabilize, and it'll hold that frequency, which means it will allow you to expand in a smoother, more natural pace, and that will attract in new people, new opportunities, jobs, connections. So this is why we do the new moon workshops, which was 2 weeks ago, because the new moon workshop allows us to plant the seeds of whatever we want to grow. We get to visualize what we want and set the intention for that. When we have a full moon is about recognizing our power. It's about results and seeing what's working and seeing what's not working. So under this full moon, and keep in mind, it's a super full moon, which means it's closer, it's more powerful, there's more attention, there's more energy here for us to work with. Like, this super full moon is asking you to recognize what works and what doesn't work, connected to your resources. So how you spend money, how you make money, how you spend and invest your time, your energy, what makes you feel good, your pleasures, your desires, because Taurus is connected to all of these things. And all of these things, if you do them often, so if you are constantly, so let's talk about desires for 1 second, because Taurus is connected to the 5 senses. So taste, hearing, smell, whatever, all 5 senses. This is what equals that human experience, right? We literally come down here because we want to enjoy the 5 senses, because you don't have all 5 senses in the other dimensions. So my point is, when we look at this Queen of Pentacles, this is about that Taurus energy, and we've got that Strength card here. Now, we are allowed to enjoy, you know, the things in life that some people maybe judge us for, or maybe we judge ourselves for. So, for example, maybe you like smoking weed, maybe you like drinking wine, coffee, sex, shopping. Like, cool, me too, I'm human. You know, so or you know, chocolate cake, like, just that overindulgence can be connected to Taurus energy, because Taurus is a little bit addicted to the pleasures in life, which is beautiful and helpful, and it's a good thing sometimes, but we need some limitations. We need some boundaries with how much we're drinking, how much we're smoking, how much we're spending, how much we're fucking, how much, like, all of these things. It actually makes it more enjoyable when you have a relationship with these things that has a solid boundary and system and structure, because it allows you time to play and experience those things, but it doesn't let you get lost in the overindulgent world of like spiraling just into our pleasures all of the time, because too much of a good thing is still a bad thing. So we want to find balance, and we need to remember that we are still in Scorpio season. And Scorpio season is actually about addiction. It's about the deep subconscious mind, the programs in the back of our mind. So, and like 90 to 95% of our life is run and influenced by the subconscious mind. So these are the beliefs that maybe you really deeply think that your needs don't matter, or that you feel isolated because you feel like you don't connect with other people. So subconsciously, there's a story that you're not cool, you're not good enough, you'll never be loved or whatever. And maybe that's from an earlier relationship, maybe it's from childhood, maybe it's from the family, it's a generational thing. A lot of us have issues with receiving money or activating abundance in our life because there's a lot of scarcity or fear or programs in the subconscious that come from the family, because maybe the family struggled with money or the generations before us, and that gets passed down. So my point is, when we have these deep programs in the subconscious mind, sometimes they're connected to not feeling good enough, for example, or other things. If we feel that in the subconscious mind, what do? We want to self-soothe. So how do we do that? We typically learn how to self-soothe, and this theme has been coming up a lot lately for a lot of people in their readings, in other workshops. But this idea of self-soothing, it typically starts when we're young because it's the only access we have to feeling better. So we have this stressful childhood or this early relationship, or we're in high school or college or whatever. We're not feeling cool. We're not feeling accepted. So there's this stress level. So what do? We want to resolve the stress. So how do we do it? We start smoking, shopping, fucking, eating, drinking, whatever. And that works at the time. It's successful. That's fine. But now we are maturing. And now maybe some of us have a little bit of a dependency on some of those things. When we get stressed, we want to grab the credit card, or we want to go shopping or do whatever. I also want you to understand that mixed with that self-soothing, part of it is just a desire that we actually like chocolate cake. I actually like having sex. I actually like to smoke weed sometimes. So I'm really recently receiving a lot of downloads from spirit about desires are not always shadows. Okay, that is very important for us to understand. There's a separation there, but desires can become shadows when we don't have a way of managing that desire. So this is what this full moon in Taurus is actually helping us better understand. Taurus is about structures and foundations and boundaries and how we use our energy. So if you like chocolate cake, great. Give yourself once a week a slice of chocolate cake, and that allows you to follow the desire, but you're not allowing that desire to become a shadow. And the shadow expression of that desire would look like an addiction to the chocolate cake, and you need chocolate cake every night, and that actually leads you towards maybe gaining weight or like disease or something like that, because we're overindulgent, because we're always eating the chocolate cake. So this is an example. And that idea of your desires becoming shadows is applicable to everything in your life. But I want you to understand, just because you have a desire for sex or shopping or something, it doesn't mean that it's dirty. It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of it. It doesn't mean that you have to separate it and force it out of yourself. Because when we separate it and force it away, it's actually creating more fragmentation in ourselves, which means we are not fully accepting ourselves and we are not whole. So if we are not whole, what does it mean? We are separated from ourselves. When we are separated, there's all these cracks. And if there's cracks, we're not even going to get into this conversation right now, but if there's cracks, it's an opportunity for other energies to come into our life and to start influencing us in different ways, which is not a good thing. We want to use our energy, we want to trust ourselves, and we want to use our power to create the life that we want. So how do we do that? We need to accept all parts of ourselves. And right now we are in Scorpio season, which asks us to focus on the shadows and figure out how much of these shadows do we need to control so that we can reestablish a proper working, loving relationship with our shadows that are actually connected to our desires. So I hope that makes sense. If not, rewind and watch it again, because that is a very powerful message that has been coming through like the last 2 or 3 workshops. So there are a lot of people that need to hear that, because it will allow us to accept ourselves more fully, and it will allow us to love ourselves more wholly. And when we accept ourselves in that way, we can move forward, seeing ourselves in a new direction, seeing ourselves in a new light, and allowing ourselves to expand because we are actually fully in acceptance of who we are. Now, this is also really important because we have, well, there's 2 things. Pluto is in Capricorn right now, leaving for the last time in our life. So Capricorn is also a focus on investments of time, energy, money, our structures, our habits, our addictions, etc. So when we focus on Pluto in Capricorn for the last time, there's a lot of karmic debt that we are paying off. We've already been paying it off. And when Pluto enters Aquarius, which I think he's doing in like 4 days, this energy will shift into a whole new era. Like, this is for the next 200 years plus. So like, we will never be working with this same energy again in our lifetime. Thank God. This is an opportunity for us to move forward in a new way. Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn is about a death and rebirth with how we spend our time, energy, money. So I'm not going to go back into re-explaining it because there are so many similar themes with the full moon in Taurus, because Taurus is an earth energy and Capricorn is an earth energy. So everything I just described about the Taurus investments, our pleasure, our foundations, our habits, that is just amplified by this Capricorn energy, because this Pluto in Capricorn is doing the same thing. Okay, so we're just going to put that aside. The other thing that's really important about this full moon energy, 2 more things. Okay, one of them is that Saturn is now moving direct. Finally, Saturn moving direct in Pisces. Pisces is also a sign about overindulgence. So again, everything I already talked about, I'm not going to repeat myself. But what's more important is that Pisces is about our dreams and our fantasies and the life that we want and what we see for ourselves, our potential. And Saturn is about actually making it happen. Saturn is now moving forward in Pisces. This is an opportunity for us to actually build our dreams. Take that idea and apply it. How do we apply it? Through our body, through our choices, through our actions, our decisions. So Saturn moving forward in Pisces is also helping us build the life that we want. That life looks different now because we are integrating our desires in a different way. We are releasing karma from the past. We have finished paying off a lot of karmic debts, lessons, challenges, and we are now moving into a whole new era. The last thing I want to talk about is that we just passed the 11-11 portal. The 11-11 energy is not only on the day of 11-11, oh, and then it's gone. Like, no, 11-11 is an activation. This means that on that day, November 11th, 11-11, there is an energetic activation that flows into our life. There is so much I could talk about for this moment, because this is really helping us level up and expand by finding better balance and, oh my God, I'm establishing structures and pillars in our life, but in a little bit of a different way than this Capricorn Taurus energy that we've been talking about. Because the 11-11 energy is about duality. It's about a lot of things. I have an 11-11 workshop. I'm going to tag it in the description box. You can find it on my website. I would strongly suggest that you watch the 11-11 portal activation workshop. there was like 3,000 people that signed up for the live, and I think we've sent out another like 2 or 3,000 in the last like 2 days. Like, this is such a powerful energy and activation that we are working with for the next cycle, not only on that day. So even if you missed it, it was literally 3 or 4 days ago. Like, the energy is so strong. Go and watch it after this, okay? The last thing here is that I have the Page of Wands reversed. We have Mars in pre-shadow retrograde. We have Mercury in pre-shadow retrograde. This Page of Wands is asking us to not let the immature, older, younger version of ourselves control all of our decisions and actions. We don't want to just be impulsively doing things. We want to really pause and think before we act, because there's a lot of reassessment and reflection energy right now, and that is going to help us build the new life, right? So we need to show up in a new way. Okay, I'm going to pause there. We're going to do an energy cleaning and then a meditation just to help you stand in your power in new ways, and then we're done. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Also, this is a pay what you can workshop, so if you've already donated, thank you. If not, there is a link below. I really appreciate that. This is my work, so it's like literally my job. So thank you for that. The other thing is, I just want to quickly acknowledge that the majority of people watching this are settlers on their land. So let's just recognize that we're responsible for reconciliation, and we can do whatever we can to support that process. Okay. Also, deaf people are real, so caption your content. Okay. Whew. Let's begin. You can close your eyes. I want you to imagine that there's a green fire burning in front of you on the ground. And in your hand, you have a golden comb. So just start at the top of your head and just comb your body. And you're just going to pick up any energy that's not yours, because all day we're picking up other people's energy. So just comb it out, your arms, and just toss it all in that fire. I just want you to visualize and continue to comb out all of that negative energy, other people's energy, and just tossing it in that fire. And I'm going to use a distance energy symbol to help clear that for you. So we're just combing. We're just tossing it into the fire. And now I want you to imagine that fire, like a vacuum, it starts to suck up all of the energy from your home, from your bedroom, your living room, your car, maybe even your neighborhood, your country. Just imagine that green fire, it starts to suck up all of the negative energy from your space. Okay? And we're just cleaning up the energy in your space. And then just taking a big breath and releasing. And then I want you to imagine that white light from above, like the sky just opens and white light starts pouring down. And it's just washing you clean. It's adding a layer of protection. Maybe it feels like rain or a shower, or it's just white light that is just covering your whole body. And I want you to just let that white light wash over you. Make sure it covers the back, the front, your arms, your legs, your feet. And it's just adding a layer of protection, and it's adding life force energy. I'm going to use a different distance energy symbol to help add that layer of protection. Just allowing that white light to pour all over your body. And then keeping your eyes closed. I want us to focus on the things that are working in our life, or maybe some of the ideas or the downloads or the inspiration that we have to implement a new routine or add something helpful to our life. So the first thing I want you to think about is, what can you add in your daily practice or your weekly routine? What is one thing you can add to help your mind find more ease and peace? So maybe it's journaling, maybe it's therapy, maybe it's a community class, maybe it's learning. But what is one thing you can add to your day or your week to support your mind moving into this new level? And I want you to see yourself doing it successfully. And I want you to just imagine feeling the benefit of it already. So feeling relaxed, feeling at peace, feeling proud, feeling expansive. And then I want you to pick just one thing to support your body. So what is one thing you can add to your everyday routine or your week that will help support your body expanding into this new level? So maybe it's just as simple as waking up and stretching. Maybe it's actually meditating, just slowing down for 5 minutes. Maybe it's a new dance class, or you just want to jump up and down and shake off all of that old energy. Just one thing that you can do either every day or once a week, but something to support the body. And then I want you to feel like you're already benefiting from it. You're already experiencing it. And just feel that, feels good. Feel it in the body. Just fake it for now. And then the last thing I want you to focus on is one thing you can do for your soul. So maybe this is writing poetry, maybe this is movement or dance, maybe it's painting, maybe it's reading some really helpful books. Maybe it's cooking, just one thing that's really good for your soul. And then I want you to feel the benefit like you already have it, like it's already working. And you feel the emotions, you feel good. And now I want you to take a deep breath as we just allow all of that awareness, all of those simple little things that we're going to add to our day, just inhale them into the body and exhale, relaxing. And then I want you to see yourself in 6 months from now, if you were to continue to do those things that you just saw. So if you commit, if you are loyal to yourself, in 6 months from now, what does that look like? I want you to feel like you have a lot of money, a lot of resources, the finances are good. I want you to feel connected to the people in your community, that you can trust the people around you. Maybe it's someone you love. I want you to feel at peace and creative, and just fake that for 1 minute. Just feel the emotions of, I feel healthy. I feel excited. I feel expansive. I feel rich. Feel all of that energy in the body. Give yourself permission to receive it. And then lock it into the subconscious mind with a deep inhale. And we lock in that awareness. And then we release any resistance. We release. And then when you're ready, I invite you to move the shoulders and bring some gentle movement back into the body. Open your eyes and come back into this space. Welcome back. So now I want you to just pause this video on my face, if you can catch it. And I want you to pause and just write your list. Under this full moon in Taurus, I am inviting in the following, because full moons are also about standing in our power and initiating something. It's not always about letting go. So let's focus on more of the integration and application under this full moon. I think it's just more powerful for now. So I want you to write down under this full moon, I'm inviting in the following, and then everything you just saw for your mind, your body, your soul, who you could become, who you will be in 6 months from now. So just pause on this video and make your list. I bet you missed it. Only the real ones catch me. Catch you outside. How about that? Okay. Anyway, so welcome back. So that's it. That's the video. That's the workshop. Thank you for joining. I would definitely suggest that you watch the 11/11 portal activation. And then second, I would suggest that at some point over the next few weeks, you watch the Pluto in Aquarius workshop, because we are now officially moving into a new era with Pluto in Aquarius, and it is time to expand power to the people. Let's go for it, okay? I love you. I'll see you very soon. Ciao. If you're still here, welcome to the pivot party. I forgot to ask, like, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Like, I know it's so annoying. And for you guys, it's actually really easy. Like, I watch YouTube and I support other creators. Like, this is my job. So it's really helpful. Please just do it. Just hit the fucking like button. Good Lord. Especially if you're still here. Like, oh, you didn't like it? That's funny because you're still here and you're benefiting from all of the magic, but you didn't like it? Like, come on. So anyways, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good, actually. I'm planning out all of the things that are really helpful for my mind, my body, my work, my play, my creativity, my community. And then I broke them down into morning, bedtime, daytime, and I'm just really gonna like set a schedule. I have no reason to not be fully activating a good routine in my life. Like, I'm privileged enough to have access to everything that I need. I have the money, I have the time, I have like access to the therapies, etc. So I'm really seeing now like how grateful I am for everything that I've created in my life, you know, working with the universe and my guides. Thank you. And I am ready to apply it in a new way. So that's really nice. We just finished the first Wheelhouse retreat, which was insane, amazing. Like, the people, just wait until you see the like the interviews and the footage, and like, wow. So the next one will be in March, and then I think we're going to be starting doing them like more routinely. So anyways, that's really exciting. And yeah, I just feel good. I feel really like I'm seeing myself in different ways, and I'm really integrating those desires with some limits so it doesn't become a shadow. And I'm just seeing how to work with my energy in a different way. I'm really liking this part of my life. So that's exciting. And I think in January, I will be in London for the new year, taking over a hotel, literally, and establishing like different rooms, doing all these different things. So I have a meeting today about that. I'll let you know very soon. I love you. I'll see you soon. I gotta go. Okay, bye. Bye.